Welcome, everybody watching. Before I start, I would just like to thank you for clicking on this video. By the way, my name is Tristan. The reason I created this channel is because, first of all, I felt called to do so, and also because I really love words. I'm a songwriter. I love the I love the power that words have. And on here, we discuss one word on a daily basis and break down the effects that word has. So today is Thursday on the calendar for me and many people as I post this. What is up on your side of the world? I know on my side, we're finally getting some warmer weather here in Toronto, Canada. Wherever you're watching, I am sending nothing but good energy and God's love your way. Today's word is impatient. Now, this has to be my middle name. Let's look at the definition of impatient. Having or showing a tendency to be quickly irritated or provoked. Jeez, is that you? Because it's definitely me at times. All right, so this might just be a loaded word. Let's be honest. How many of us are impatient? We all have different reasons for why we may be impatient. Like, what makes Lisa impatient might be different than what makes Jennifer impatient. I mean, these examples could go on forever, but I'm going to give you some. So, you could be waiting for that promotion that you've been promised, waiting for the doctor because, they love to make us wait, waiting for the waiter because you're so famished, and if he doesn't come with your food in the next 5 minutes, you swore that you wouldn't tip him. It's very unthoughtful of you. One of the ways I'm sure that most of us can relate with being impatient is when it comes down to dealing with other people. Like specifically, if someone is extremely rude to you, it's so easy to snap. I've done this so many times, it's shameful. The funny thing is that many people pride on being impatient. You ever met somebody like that? It's like their way or no way. Now, within the past, half year, I've been reading the Bible actually from the beginning to get a full understanding. I always used to know some scriptures, but I never really fully grasped it, I should say. So I'm going to actually read a verse to you. So it's in Psalms 37, 7 verse 8 of the New English Translation, because the old one is a little bit confusing for me, but I'm still working on that. So it goes, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret, it only leads to evil." That is powerful. Have you ever had to deal with injustice of any kind? Whether it be with you or someone you really cared for, and it just seemed like you could never win and you were just getting smacked around like a pine cone in the wind, and no one seemed to care. It actually seemed like they were enjoying your downfall. And this is nothing new. It's happening now. It's happened in the past. It happens all over the world. It is nothing new. Just by breaking down this verse, we're being told that if we believe in God, then we must not be impatient with him, and that we must trust that he has our best intentions in mind, even through the midst of chaos and torment, which is not at all easy, but it's more than worth it. It's like for a lot of people when you're younger in school and all the other kids are out all night up to no good, and maybe your parents told you that you got to stay in. It's only natural for the average kid to feel as if he's missing out. And then when you get older and you mature and you see how much unnecessary trouble you missed out on, you don't see the reason for being impatient. You realize, you were missing out on anything. In fact, being patient was the best thing you could have done, because now you can go to any party you want. You avoided the trouble that many of those kids may have got into. Now, I know we're all human and we all have weaknesses. So no matter how much we may try to be perfect, we're always going to mess up. But what would happen if you rebelled against your parents, And like I said, you still went out. You may regret it later. I say being impatient is like adding fuel to a fire. You're only making it worse and prolonging the fire. I can't tell you how many good things that I ruined because of this. I was just not able to see the big picture. At this point, I don't even think I have to mention what the solution is, because you can probably already guess. Yeah. Be patient. I'll tell you this, though. Every day I used to meet people who I deemed as more patient than me, and I'd always ask, how are you so patient? and majority didn't even think they were that patient. The same goes for me. Some people say that I'm patient, and I couldn't disagree more. The compliment, it's great and all, but being patient, it's like a muscle. You got to work it by delaying gratification, delaying your wants. And I feel like a hypocrite, finding a solution for this topic, because I identify with today's word so much. I feel like it's always going to be a challenge. I think maybe you get to one level, you've kind of feel like you've mastered patience, and then life just throws another change up on you. But like I said, I've improved on this. As people, we're still always making progress, and finish lines don't really exist. They really just lead to new starting points that present new challenges with bigger rewards. If we really think about it, there is always something to do, while we're feeling impatient. Because what if we finally get what we want and then we're not ready for it? I think that's really bad. And, that's a tragedy. In that case, you got to start all over again, because you can't handle what you just got. I know about that too. So again, they just lead to new starting points that present new challenges with new grander rewards. We're really nothing to be impatient about. On a small scale, though, well, you could be hungry, and the waiter says, "I'm sorry for the inconvenience. However, your meal will be here shortly." So you've got two choices. You can wait patiently, or you can leave, or maybe three. You can make a scene if you want, but either way, you're probably just gonna make yourself hungrier, wasting all that energy. Of course, with the exception that your meal takes more than an hour, depending on where you go. In that case, I understand, but just don't be impatient. On another scale, maybe you're in an uncomfortable living situation and you don't see a way out. Always trust that as long as you're doing everything in your power and the best you can to break free, things will always work out. It only doesn't work out when we become impatient and give up. Being impatient is necessary sometimes, though. For example, maybe somebody's taking your kindness for weakness, wasting your time, or a manager at the workplace continues to disrespect you, and you've sworn you've put up with that way more than you needed to bear. In that case, technically speaking, from the jump, that person was always set in their ways, and being patient was never necessary from the jump. If you are going to be impatient for the things that you do not tolerate, whatever that looks like to you. To be impatient, it can be good or it can be bad. It's not absolute. Maybe you're impatient with people who don't take their work seriously. That's okay. It's just up to you how you react, because if you express that if you express that frustration the wrong way, I promise you're not going to make the situation any better. We all should know what that looks like to us. Yeah, I think that's really all I have for today. I know I could keep going, but I think we're gonna wrap it up here. It is a very heavy word, and I know it's a word that it's a very universal word that we all know about from one point in time in our lives. So yeah, that wraps up today's word. If this video echoed in your spirit, please like the video and become a subscriber to the page, because I really want to continue and do this again. Once more, today's word has been impatient. If you are currently feeling impatient about something, just know that as long as your intentions are good and you know that something will be coming, you need to know that something will be coming eventually. So just take the countdown out of your mind and enjoy the inner details. Jeez, I'm talking to myself right now. So don't be impatient and trust God. Okay? Got it, Tristan. I got that. I got it. All right, that's me talking to myself. All right, so like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot. And have a blessed day or night wherever you are. Peace.